Republican Senator Tommy Tuberville has now taken over, in my opinion, as the dumbest person serving in the United States Senate. And it is very sad that I have to remove that honor from Marco Rubio, because previously up to this point, I have said repeatedly over the years that Rubio is the dumbest guy in the Senate. Well, congratulations, Marco. You're now the second dumbest guy, because Tommy Tuberville has taken over as the absolute dumbest person possibly to ever serve in the United States Senate. And that says a lot. But either way, Tommy Tuberville this week, as we all know, showed up in court for some moral support for Donald Trump. And then, upon leaving the courtroom, Tuberville told Newsmax that the reason he was there was to violate the gag order for Donald Trump. Tuberville said this: "Hopefully, we have more and more senators and congressmen go up and represent him and go out and overcome this gag order. That's why we went up, was to go there and speak our piece for President Trump." You do realize that we already have reports, so it's technically kind of on the record from 2 weeks ago, about the Trump legal team and the Trump campaign coming up with ideas to keep Trump calm in court. And the idea they came up with was to bring in his friends and allies into the courtroom so that he doesn't, blow up in court. So we know that this is directed by Trump's legal team and Trump's campaign. Tuberville says that the reason he went up there as part of this was to speak on Trump's behalf in violation of the gag order. So you could easily, or actually I shouldn't say you, I should say the prosecutors in the case could very easily draw that straight line between Trump direction and these people violating the gag order. Because they came up with this idea, they got these people to show up. These people are now openly admitting, thanks to Tommy Tuberville's stupidity, that the reason they're there is to violate the gag order. So I don't know what more the prosecution or Judge Juan Merchan, for that matter, need, but it's very clear at this point, this is coordinated, this is directed, and it's all coming from Donald Trump. Again, as I mentioned in the Alina Habba segment earlier today, Andrew Rice, writing for New York Magazine, said that he witnessed Donald Trump writing out the statements, editing the statements that his supporters would later go out there and tell to the press that directly attacked the witnesses. So, the lines are there. We don't need a massive investigation. Now, it was reported Wednesday that Judge Merchan is getting pissed off about all of these Republican Congress people coming and, sitting in there and then going out and doing this stuff, violating the gag order, as specifically mentioned. So Merchan may ban these people from his courtroom. He may haul them in and hold them in contempt of court for violating the gag order. That remains to be seen, because the order technically doesn't, cover them, but it does cover Trump. And if Merchan decides to hold another hearing about whether Trump is directing people to violate this, that it's going to be a one-way ticket to jail. And it should be. Merchan should go ahead and do that. That should already be taking place. We shouldn't be having this conversation right now, because it should have already happened. But it is what it is. Trump's people are openly admitting it. We have an eyewitness saying Trump was directing these people. And we have the looming threat from the judge last week that says if you do it again, you go to jail. How about we put all those pieces together, get Donald Trump an orange jumpsuit, and send him away till at least the end of the trial? Sounds reasonable to me, since he can't seem to follow the rules. Well, folks, we have crossed that 1 million subscriber milestone, but rest assured, we are just getting started here at Ring of Fire. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel and make sure to like, share, and comment on the videos.